Hello there. Tonight it is about 10:30 on Wednesday night, and I am going to be talking to you about beginning and ending the speech. So let's get right into it. Obviously, you're starting off with the introduction. There's 4 parts to this introduction. This is where you grab the attention and interest of the audience. You reveal what you're going to talk about, establish your credibility, somehow connect to the audience, and then you are going to preview the body of the speech. And we're going to get into a little bit of detail about all of those pieces. And I'm going to give you some examples of how to grab the attention of the audience. First off, methods of gaining the attention. Relate your topic to the audience. State the importance of your topic. Startle the audience. Arouse the curiosity of the audience. Now, the last 3 are good ones to use for this type of a speech. Question the audience is a really good one. Begin with a quotation is okay. It may not work really for the informative speech. And then the last one is to tell a story. Now, these 2, question the audience and tell a story, are actually really good ones for you guys to focus on. And again, I'll give you some examples of those in just a few minutes. Credibility, this is the audience's perception of whether a speaker is qualified to speak on a given topic. Now again, you guys already should be kind of the experts in whatever topic you're going to be talking about. But of course, like I said before, you want to have some outside sources to help back up what you're saying. That gives you credibility. Preview statement is a statement in the introduction of a speech that identifies the main points to be discussed in the body of the speech. Real quick thing to know about the preview statement: this is where you state your main points, the things that you're going to be talking about. Make sure that whatever order you say those in your introduction, those are the orders that you talk about those in the body of the speech. All right? Tips for preparing the introduction: be concise. Usually no more than 10 to 20% of the total speech is the introduction. Look for possible introductory materials as you do your research. Now, as you're doing research, maybe some sort of fact or something, some sort of example or something along the way caught your eye. You might want to try to work that into the attention grabber part of the introduction. Be creative in devising your introduction. So however you decide to try to grab your audience's attention, but do it creatively. Don't just get up to the podium and say, "Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I am going to talk to you today about..." No, that's boring. We don't want boring. We want you to try to grab our attention. Have fun with it. Be creative, okay? I know you're nervous up there and everything, but again, a really good planned out attention grabber can really set the tone for your speech. The conclusion signals the end of the speech. Review the main points of the speech. Again, this is just hitting on some of the main things, the important information that you gave in the body of the speech. You're just reviewing those. Tips for preparing the conclusion: look for possible concluding materials as you do your research. Conclude with a bang, not a whimper. Don't just stand there and say, "Well, that's my speech, that's the end." No, that's boring. We want something good at the end. Make sure that it ties into your topic and that we know that you're coming to a close. Be brief, usually no more than 5 to 10% of the total speech. Work out the content and delivery of your conclusion in detail. Okay, so practice it. All right, so now let's look at a few examples. Bring up another PowerPoint here. So let's look at some attention grabbers, some examples. And again, there's only 2 that I'm going to really focus on. This is the first sentence or 2 in the introduction should grab the audience's attention. You do this in the following ways. So you tell a story. That's a really good way. Pose a question. Those are the 2 that I want you to focus on. These other ones don't really lend themselves to an informative speech. Dialogue, summary information, or startling information. So let's look at the first 2. Tell a story. A story that illustrates a point, needs to be short and on topic. The other thing too is, again, draw from your own experience. So again, if you're talking about your favorite bow for deer hunting, talk about a story when you use that bow to kill a deer, something like that. But use your own experience, weave it into a story. So an example, when my father was in high school, he was never much of an athlete. He tried out for the football and basketball teams, and although he made the teams, he did nothing more than ride the bench. But my father worked hard and always gave his best effort. His hard work finally paid off when he got in during a playoff game, sacked the quarterback, and caused a fumble. Because of his perseverance, positive attitude, and outlook on life, he is my hero. All right. So, again, just a quick little story that helps get us into the rest of our speech. Pose a question. This is where you make the audience want to find the answer to the question or questions you posed. So an example of that: what are the personality traits that make up a person's hero? Is it good looks and oodles of money? Or is it their positive attitude and unshakable morals? Could it be their ability to do the right thing? All of these things make up the superstar we know as Justin Bieber. Now, of course, just threw that in there to be stupid, but yeah, you want to pose 3-4 questions in that attention grabber right away in the introduction of your speech, and those are questions that you're going to answer throughout the rest of your speech as you give your information in the body of your speech. And again, you use the pose a question technique to get the audience to think about the questions and think, oh, how is he going to answer that question? So anyway, those are some ways to begin a speech. Rewatch this video if you need to as you work on the introduction and your conclusion. And if you have questions, please post any questions on the Collaborize site, and I will do my best to answer them.